Welcome back to the shop. Today I am wrapping up the Chaos build. The Chaos, well, let's turn you around and I'll show you because she's done. There she is. Well, at least the fuselage. The wing is over here. So the only thing left I really had to do with the wing is obviously paint the crosses and the checker pattern, and that's on both sides of the model. And then I went ahead and painted the red all over the fuselage. And the fuselage and the wing were then sprayed down with a 2K matte clear coat. Let's talk about why. So a 2K clear coat, what is that and what makes it different from other clear coats? So first of all, because it's a fuel plane, you need a clear coat because the fuel and oil will eat away at the paint. And I put all this effort into the paint, and I'm not losing it. Okay, so that's number one. Why 2K? And what I mean by 2K and not 2X. Okay, so like a Rust-Oleum 2X clear coat is just means twice the coverage. It's volume in a can. That's all they mean by that. 2K means two parts. There's the actual paint, if you will, and then a hardener, a catalyst. And that makes a much harder clear coat, and it's much more resilient and resistant, and it'll stand up better to volatile chemicals like gasoline, like nitromethane, like oil and other things. And it's basically like if you're doing a car clear coat. The reason that I do this, yeah, it's a little bit of a weight penalty, but again, I don't want to repaint this, okay, Pacha? And I want to completely fly the snot out of this airplane. So I have that taken care of, and then I went ahead and finished buttoning up the model. Buttoning up includes trimming and gluing on the canopy using canopy glue, standard stuff. I installed the engine, standard stuff. I ended up using the mount that was recommended off of the plans and instructions, just because the way that things worked with the nose gear, I ended up even having to trim a little bit of the mount here. So yeah, something worth noting if you are building this model. But it's all snug as a bug in a rug, and then installing everything else. So a fuel filler port and a switch. I prefer a pull to on position switch. We have inside our trusty Dubro fuel system. The reason that I opted not to have a vent line is because I have this easy access hatch that I can remove while filling, and I can easily see the fuel line as it comes up, okay? So don't need that. Magnets hold on just fine for now. I've been warned by some people that the magnets aren't as strong as you might hope, but we'll see. And not to mention, they just harvested all the soybeans at the field. Let's flip you over and show you what's on the inside of the fuselage. There's a lot going on in here, so let me explain. We've got our high-tech elevator and rudder servos, and the rudder is also connected to the nose gear. Set up mechanical linkages to get in the best approximation of the throws given what's in instructions. And that way we have the most amount of movement in the servo for best resolution. Let's see, we've got an Archer R6 receiver because I am flying my FreeSky Tandem X20S transmitter. And so all of that good stuff. And I am using a 2S LiPo battery directly to the receiver with my on-off switch. So cool thing is that these servos can take that voltage, and so can the receiver. So I don't have to mess with a heavier pack. And I already have enough nose weight with the engine and such, so there wasn't much need for a 5-cell pack, and I wanted a little bit of extra voltage anyway. So that's why we're running the 2-cell up here, rather than like trying to stuff it in there. Now, Granted, I probably could include some anti-vibration foam around this, but I've got it Velcroed, and there's Velcro on the battery as well as on the wood. And in my other glow plane that this one is replacing, I do this same thing, and it's got plenty of anti-vibration for the battery. All right, I've got a wraparound here for my receiver, and we'll check and see how that goes after we do an initial flight. If I have to add some additional isolation, so be it. Not a big deal. So at this point, I've already taken the airplane outside to get some beauty shots. I have done a center of gravity check. I've checked all the throws. I've checked all the programming. I've even checked that I'm recording telemetry. That way I can record like any signal loss or anything like that. So I've checked my prop nut. I've checked my spinner, make sure that those are nice and tight. Don't want to be losing those. That would be a bad time. And I have run the engine while on the airplane, so everything's been wet at this point. So that just means we got to get to the field. So let's do that.
All right, welcome back to my local flying field. It's a lovely afternoon. The wind has passed, and so it's time to fly the Kaos. I'm going to get a flight in real quick on the Challenger, but the Kaos is all set up. It's fueled up and ready to go. So, yeah, nothing left to do but fly it.
I dropped her off. Very nice, very nice. Did it kill when you throttled down?
Yes, yes. Slimy all over.
Well, it's not too bad this time of the year. Yeah, I got a lot of work done in the basement last night watching the Georgia game.
That's idle.
Nothing now.
What's on it? Okay. for your help, Ron.
You're patient.
Always fun to have you here. That's it for today. Clearly, I've got some additional tuning to do, but that's part of the fun with the Kaos. Playing with the engine, playing with how it performs. I will say that I would like just a little bit more elevator authority on high rates, but as you can see on the roll axis, all the rates. So really can't complain too much about that. I'm loving the visual in the sky. It looks great, and so I'm happy with the paint as well. But that's it for today on the Kaos. It's been a great project to work with. And until next time, keep building your flying works apart.